Well, how's it going, everybody? So here we are, we're just getting going. And this is the field that I was saying in the cutting video, Hay on the Ground 2018, saying that this field was really thick. So it's pretty thick compared to what we're used to. Most of the fields that we hay are kind of in recovery mode. We recently moved to this neighborhood about 4 years ago, and this is our third year of haying here. And so most of the fields are pretty well depleted. They've been either grazed off or hayed for many years, and no attention was paid to putting nutrients back in the ground. So we started doing that 2 years ago. We started putting some fertilizer down and doing the best that we can with the means that we have. Fertilizer is really expensive. Now that I have the manure spreader, it's making things a lot easier. So the field that I applied the manure to, there's a video on that. If you look back in my videos, here I am checking the twine tension and just making sure that everything's looking good. So good to do that every once in a while. But yeah, so the field that we did spread the manure on is doing fantastic. It's looking really good. So all the thin spots in that field are right now, they're thick and they're lush and just they're full of good leafy material. So it's really going to make a heck of a second cutting. I'm probably going to get more out of the second cut than I did the first cut. So which is good because I didn't get a whole lot out of first cut. I did cut that pretty early, but the whole point of doing that was to get a little bit of hay in the barn because we were out, and to make sure that we did get a second cut. So anyway, this field did yield decent, not as good as we were hoping. I was hoping to get somewhere in the 300 range, but we got just I think about 162 or something like that. I should be keeping better logs of this. I'm terrible about that, but I am packing these bales a lot tighter than I did last year. Last year I think we got right around 300, just shy of it, and I'm packing these 20 to 25 pounds heavier than I was last year. So all in all, though, the grass looks really good. It's going to make excellent feed, and we're happy to have it in our barn. We sold 100 bales of it to my mother-in-law, and she really likes it. So here, getting off to check the hay. So let's listen to that.
All right, so we're going to check a bale here. See what he has to say. 13 and a half. 13. I would say if I'd have waited any longer, it would have been too dry. So 12 is a little on the dry side, but oh well. Oh yeah. So I cranked it down a couple more turns. That's a solid 60-pound bale. So I don't care to make them any heavier than that. 60 pounds is plenty for my wife and I to be bucking around. So yeah, well, at least it's consistent. No real heavy wet spots or anything. So looking good. Looking real good. All right, let's get back to it.
Off bolts since the age of 14. Was out of 5/8 or 9/16. They got a metric socket that don't quite fit. A little wiggle, just a little, but it ain't quite stripped. Safety guard's gone from his grinding machine. He got a stiff paintbrush, he only sorta got clean. He's the hired man, my neighbor, and a cousin-in-law. He's a jerry-rigging fool, he got the tool for the job. Well, it's a vice grips or pliers, and pliers for a wrench. a wrench for a hammer. Hammer's everything else. It just don't seem to make much difference. I sure do like him, but he's hard on equipment. His corners ain't square and his floor ain't level, and he's had a little trouble with the old tape measure. His doors don't close cause the jam ain't plumb, and he's a goddamn menace with the air nail gun. We love to see him coming at the lumberyard store, fix the leak in his roof with a 2x4. Drills holes in the boards with the wrong kind of bit, and when they don't line up he blames the government. Well, it's a vice grip suppliers, pliers for a wrench for a hammer. Hammer's everything else. It just don't seem to make much difference. I sure do like him, but he's hard on equipment. He got the whole front yard full of fix-em-up cars. Well, 3 don't run and the rest won't start. Well, everything's fine with his rebuilt motor, except of course for the couple spare washers left over. Better twine tie downs going down the road on 2 ball tires and an oversized load. He ain't never read the manual, cause that's like cheating. He don't mind the grease on his hands while he's eating. Well, it's vice grip suppliers, pliers for a wrench for a hammer. Hammer's everything else. It just don't seem to make no difference. I sure do like him, but he's hard on equipment. No, it just don't seem to make much difference. I sure like you, son, but you're hard on equipment. Busted up knuckles, his thumb got